because after 10 years of losing the same opponent, keep on losing to the same person, you lose your interest like playing with them. And then when I won with her, I was like, oh my god, yeah, I won my toughest opponent. I was too loved down. Nobody had no hope, but my all my Indian home fans were like cheering for me there in China. I would say the World University, we went as a team and we played a team event and won first medal in squash during in South Africa. 2028 is the goal. I need to play the Olympics because first time squash is introduced into the Olympics, and I think I am training for it. There's 2 more years for it. I think I need to work hard and
My guest today is ranked number 2 under 19 in India and she's just getting started. Today I'm talking to Pooja Aarti, the Chennai squash player who's proof that when the grind is real, the glow up hits different. Hi Pooja, so glad you could come. Thank you. I really appreciate your time.
yeah, hello.
So winning gold at the Khelo India Youth Games was a huge milestone. How did that win change your confidence as a player?
Yeah, so the Kalo India happened in Tamil Nadu when I won, that too in my home ground. So squash was introduced first in Kalo India at that time. And to play that, I had my last junior event as Kalo India. And to play it in my home ground and winning 2 goals in it gave me the most motivational thing that could ever happen to me because I was just moving from junior career to the women's. So that was the best thing I would say at that year.
Is there one thing your college MOP for women does that really helps athletes like you?
Yeah, so the one thing every athletes need is to get support from one another. That too, MOP does it very well. Not only the principal, not only Amuda ma'am, her HOD PT teacher, the department teachers and everyone supports all the athletes here. They give them the support they need. So I think they gave the best support here.
Favorite tournaments you played in and why?
I would say back then in 2014, when I won my first gold medal in under 11 category, that would be my favorite because like winning the first medal in your sport gives you the best inspiration to go on, move forward for your other tournaments.
Favorite memories from the tour?
I would say the World University, we went as a team and we played a team event and won first medal in squash during in South Africa. So yeah, playing that team event helped me, like to get to know all the players in my team and work with them and get to know their weaknesses, strength, and help them to play well in the matches. That's the best memory.
Who was the toughest opponent of your career and why?
I would say Yuvna Gupta because I've lost almost all the tournaments with her in my junior career. But at the end of my junior career, while I was playing the trials, I won her at last because after 10 years of losing the same opponent, it gave me a mentally like challenge because like keep on losing to the same person, you lose your interest like playing with them. And then when I won with her, I was like, oh my god, yeah, I won my toughest opponent.
To be a champion, how much is talent and how much is hard work?
I think talent 50% and hard work 50% because like without talent, only hard work doesn't get you being a champion. Or only hard work without talent doesn't get you a champion. So I think both is needed, like a half is needed.
How important is sports medicine in your success? Example, nutrition, fitness, physio.
I think it's very important right now because in my junior career, I've not focused more on that, like nutrition or anything. But now I'm focusing on it and like uh, using my nutritionist and my physiotherapist as like to move forward for my tournaments. Like to play well because like the nutrition gives you energy, like energy levels during your matches, and your physios help like to like remove all the fatigue and all the stress in your muscles. So yeah, I think that's more important for every athlete.
Do you use sports supplements?
Not right now because I've just moved from junior career to women's. I think I might use it after some time because now I'm seeing a nutrition and they might recommend me using some supplements because not all supplements are good for us. So yeah.
Have you ever had an injury that threatened your career?
Not threatening my career, but I was like not playing my squash for 2 months. I had a knee injury, and I think that was like I might actually like lost interest like because 2 months of not playing squash and just sitting at home. But I still went there, to like get the vibe and still move. And then after that, I was fine playing it. Yeah. So.
You have tournaments all over the world. Do players from different countries play squash differently?
Yeah, like basically like Egyptians they play very aggressively like from the start till the end they play really aggressive. Like we Asians we like to play it like mostly like drives and crosses, and then we like to finish it earlier. Unlike Egyptians, they like to play longer rallies very aggressively.
And what about the Europeans?
Europeans are like they are very like skillful. They use their shots like drops and bows, to like move the opponent and make them tired like that.
When you were 13 to 14, how did you choose your squash racket? Was it based on brand, feel, or your coach's advice?
I think using squash rackets, I don't feel anything with the brand or coach's advice. It's just how you feel with the racket. It's just good or bad. You just hit good like few matches, and if you feel that's good, it's good. It's not just the racket. It's just art. It's how you mentally, like see it. It's just like that.
A lot of young players keep changing their rackets, hoping it'll improve their game. When should players actually change equipment and when should they work on skills?
So yeah, for juniors we have different rackets which is less in amount of grams. Like it's just 110 grams, and they can use it. But we seniors we go till 125, 130 grams. So like the juniors need to use that first because to get to play that squash like that. And then when you move forward, like when you're 14 or 15, you need to like change your rackets maybe because you can't use the same junior racket because it's small, and it's not like very heavy also because you need more heavier racket when you're like grown up.
Apart from the racket, what's one underrated piece of squash equipment that really affects performance?
I don't know because like we don't use much of squash equipments. Like it's mostly racket, iver, and a ball. I think maybe the shoes we wear because wearing the right shoe might help you like moving on the court very well because we have different types of non-marking shoes. We have non-marking shoes on court for playing squash. We can't use any other shoes. But to choose that also like we need to choose the right ones because like some may have heels bigger, some may have like flat soles. You have to like find the perfect one to play with it.
When you rewatch your matches, what do you look at first? Your mistakes, your footwork, or your mindset during tough points?
I watch first like how positive I was on the points where I was losing and getting back because like going on and choosing negative side of your match and watching negative side of your match is gonna like end up like mentally make you lower. So I watch first as like how many points I have won, like how many I have hit that shot, how many like what mistakes have they done because that gives you more energy, like more positive vibes to give you watch the match rematch again. And then next I would see how much mistakes I've did or where did I lose the points because that will help you to play the match next time with them.
You played in possibly the most competitive era in women's squash with so many tough, talented opponents at the top of the game. When you look back now, which of the big occasions you remember the most and why?
Yeah, I would say like when I played my Asian juniors when I was under 19 last year, like 2024. That time I was playing the quarterfinals, and she was the third seed at the tournament. Her name is Tanusa Udiran. I was two love down, and nobody had no hope. But my all my Indian home fans were like cheering for me there in China. So like that was the biggest match I would say because nobody knew that I could win from 2 love up to 3-2, and fifth set to be like 12-10, and that win is the biggest win I would say.
Are there any people, books, or experiences that you will be willing to share with us that really have helped to change your mentality?
I would say my parents, because like they are into sports, because my mom and dad, they both are swimmers, and my mom is an Asian gold medalist in triathlon. So yeah, they help me, like when I lose matches in finals or any event, like even in the first round, they didn't demotivate me at any point of time. They always help me, to like get back on court and keep on doing things which I like to do. And they didn't even stop me, like you can't leave. They never discouraged me playing squash. They always encouraged me, because they understand how we sportsmen feel when we lose a match or a tournament. So yeah, because parents, I think they have mentally made me stable, and they have mentally helped me so much.
One word to describe each player you've played against. Rana Ismail,
The tallest player I've ever played.
Nirupama Dubey,
Very tricky player.
Shamin Riaz.
Very aggressive. She's my partner in the academy also, because like we train together.
What are your expectations for Olympics 2028?
I think yeah, 2028 is the goal. I need to play the Olympics, because first time squash is introduced into the Olympics, and I think I am training for it. There's 2 more years for it. I think I need to work hard and to just play it and try my best over there. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pooja.
Yeah. Thank you.
I really enjoyed your time.
Yeah. Same. Thank you.
And that's Pooja Aarti. Remember the name because you're going to be seeing it at the 2028 Olympics. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And I'll catch you soon.